So
See, that's tight too, though, because we could teach people, high-performing people, we could be like, hey, stand straight like an athlete. Live your life like an athlete.
So he consults with large companies like Logitech. He also consults them on their products, which is how do they design a better product that's ergonomic, it makes people more productive.
Like, I'm taking one of the sales churches that you recommended,
Oh yeah, which
and
one?
I'm watching.
Not gonna be
Maybe we shouldn't say it, because he's basically just teaching like, hey, who cares if it works or not? Just sell it. He's the guy that goes like, hey, nobody wants to hear about you're going to lose 30 pounds in 3 months. Boring. Say 30 pounds in 3 days. Now you got my attention. Say 30 pounds, 3 minutes a day. Now you got my attention. Just make an unreasonable promise. You're the coach. You figure it out. That's basically his philosophy. His philosophy is like, just say whatever you got to say. But he has a system for like selling it. It's a little similar to, and I think we can use it. I know our chiropractor's an honest guy. He wouldn't like lie. But yeah. I think the you were talking about this before about like how posture, to me, it's like what we're seeing in the meditation game, the millions coming into the meditation game, what we're seeing in the in like other supplements, supplement like mushrooms and mushroom pills, Goop is selling them, whatever, Joe Rogan sells them. I think the back world, the back straightening world, there is that kind of money. I just don't think anyone's made the promise. We do know he's a chiropractor, but then he teaches like Kundalini yoga, which really just gets into magic. I mean, he's talking about like, if you squeeze your Kegel muscles, you'll shoot your creative juices up to your brain, and then that'll connect you into a whole other universe or something. Like they teach that. He says, and then your Shakti, it is going up the pit to some part of your brain or whatever.
Pituitary gland,
and in the pituitary gland, you're talking to God basically. So I mean, our guy's not going to go there.
No, definitely no. He's like very scientific, logical.
Right.
I think his angle, because I have spoken with a few chiropractors, and but the ones that I've spoken to are all sports chiropractors, so they have a different approach. They want you to train hard, and then if something breaks, come to me, right? So
see, that's tight too, though, because we could teach people, high-performing people. We could be like, hey, stand straight like an athlete. Live your life like an athlete.
Yeah, but this guy's not trying to cater to that crowd. He's going for more of the professional crowd, people who are just sitting all day, right? They're not athletes. So it's a different pain point. But these athletes, who want to keep training, they keep getting injured, and then they keep going because they don't want to stop training.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a competition coming up, so these guys just keep them in check.
No, he's got to do that for the CEOs and shit.
Yeah, he's got to do that for the CEOs. So he consults with large companies like Logitech. He also consults them on their products, which is how do they design a better product that's ergonomic, it makes people more productive. So lots of amazing credibility right there.
Yeah.
How do we create an ad that is like, it will show people his credibility, but also address the pain points and how he can offer a solution, which is a simple book. Because the goal is his book is so good that if you get his book, you don't even need to go to a chiropractor. You can just do the stuff he tells you, and you pay whatever $30 for it, and it's done for you.
It's done. Yeah.
Done.
I mean, it would be good to sell like a more expensive a course or something. But we can.
Here's the thing about chiropractors, like they have, some of them have a bad reputation that, hey, they just want me to keep coming again and again, fixing the same issues. But then a lot of people, they just, including me, because I've been to chiropractors, like I'm like, I don't do any of the exercises at home because he'd be like, just do this and whatever. Then I have to keep going back.
You're not gonna do it.
Yeah, so it's called like prehab. Like we have rehab or you have prehab. You're preventing injuries in the gym. So I think that's his book. Like don't wait for something to break and then come to me. Fix it yourself or prevent it in the first place. I think that's a solid hook.
That's a solid hook. I like what you were saying about the efficiency thing of like live life at a higher efficiency. Now what we could do is, I think I was telling you this on the phone the other day, but like, I like the idea of like, you think about your back, right? It's connected to your brain, but your back is like another brain. So we can play that up a little without getting too Joe Dispenza magic. we basically say like your brain, everyone thinks your brain is here, but really your nervous system goes right down your back. And then what he could do is people do this a lot, actually, this works well, is if you show that part of the back, like the bones and like that structure, like a spine, and if you show red dots for the places where there's pain, that's a very clear, like people see that. And if they have either of those three things, I feel like that's a hook. Like it's a visual hook maybe more, but it's kind of a hook. Now, what we can do is we can say, look, this is your back right now. Depending on how you're standing, you have this like energy going through your body. You have this electromagnetic current that's running all your systems, your fingers, your brain, your everything is running through this electrical system that is through the spine. It's like the main electrical system of your body, right? So right now you're operating. Now, if you have these three pains, you're only operating at this much efficiency. Once I fix you up, bing, bang, the red dots are gone. Now, if we take however much like light energy is going through the whole thing before, if we now multiply that by 20. So before it's like a thin blue line of electricity, and then it's like zzz, and you're like, they're almost like floating because life is so easy because these pains have been removed. Now, if we can even zoom in, and I like the idea of calling him like the back baba, like the guru thing, because I was, one of the things the guy said in the sales church is like, just find the other books in your industry and see what's working. Back mechanic is tight.
Yeah.
Now, the good thing with our guy is that if we go into Swami, but even if we don't literally go into Spine Swami or whatever those where are all those names we thought of? We actually thought of one for every type of thing, but like there's like it's the Spine Swami,
the Posture Pundit.
The Posture Pundit, yeah. There was Back Baba.
Yeah.
Spine Swami. Yeah, Spine Swami. But whatever that is, like I feel like we can set up his branding like that in the sense that for the animations thing, he is like this magical guy who can fix your back. And the thing about European people in America, they already have that magical feeling. People in America, if you're like Indian, Chinese with accent, European, or even indigenous, they almost think like, oh, you can almost be like, oh, there's a magic cure from that. Yeah. You have like a bit of a guru. They almost respect. They're like, oh, these gurus, they know something. So he has the accent. Now, if we can have him running along the spine and just doing little adjustments as the little guy, I think that could be kind of sexy. Now, I don't know how much animation we can do, but it could be something that he just shows people too. But I do feel like we want to go animation heavy, especially during COVID.
What do you think,
you can't
John?
go there and shoot. John, what do you think?
John, what are you thinking of animation? Because we do have a few tools. We have animation software, and of course we use like After Effects and all that.
Yeah. And then in a cartoon, you can make him a Babaji. It's like if you dress him up, it's like, what are you doing? Like you look crazy. But if you make the cartoon and he's like a little bit magical in it, it's not a big deal. It's like we're exaggerating. We're not saying, hey, you're gonna get 60% more source energy, but like that's the feeling we want to convey in people. These pains, they're like energy blockages. They're keeping you from operating efficiently. Once our guy fixes you up, now you are like John, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the concept looks cool. I can visualize it a little bit. Now we just need to structure it. For example, the script.
Yeah.
There's a voiceover. And what are the segments that needs to be shown and emphasized? For example, the thing with the back, the red dots, that looks cool. We just need to find out the structure mainly, and maybe a little bit of storyboarding or just stick figures, just to have an idea of how it will look like. And
I think
if we can do it,
I'm thinking, we might be able to take a stock video even and animate over it. So put a mask over it, and where it shows the spine on a stock image. So it could be a regular image, but you just show this is your spine when you do this. Just show someone working out even, and they get hurt.
Yes, I think just like we did for another client, we're not gonna mention his name. Yeah, the highlight things.
The highlighting the muscles. That would be really cool actually.
Yeah.